The first and probably most important thing is to have buy-in from your administrators, because everybody will always want to look at outcomes. And the outcomes aren't just in the class when they get done, but they're a year down the line, 2 years down the line. So you have to have some buy-in from the administrators, because they will want this information of who's going to get that information and how are you going to do it. Coming from a smaller perspective, from the teaching perspective, you have to know who you're teaching with, and if you'll get along with them, and that you plan times to prepare the courses, and that they're flexible. When you're matching teachers up, you have to make sure you get along, but you also have to make sure you know what the goals are for the class, not just the mission statement, your own personal goals, their personal goals, but also who owns the class or who doesn't own the class. And I really think it helps if the vocational teacher doesn't own the class. Because people are going to think that anyway, because you're going into IBEST class with CNA, but that both of you have goals for the class. And then the other thing that you want to do is, and you'll do this naturally, but find out the strengths and the weaknesses of the two teachers. And I could tell you probably from my working with different vocational teachers that their strength is not the tricks of the trade of the teaching. So maybe you could even have that as a goal, that the teacher actually teaches them tricks of the trades, unless they've been doing it for 20 years, but we're never too old to learn. That could be one of their own personal goals. And the other one is the other teacher will have to learn part of the vocation so it fits in, and that's a big part. So you have to help each other out. And I think it's okay if the class knows that you both have strengths and weaknesses. And one of the strengths that my teacher had, plus we had the time, which you often don't have when there's only one teacher, is to see those subtle signs of a person is not understanding something, a person feels uncomfortable, and what you're going to do about that. And that could be educational issues, but it could also be social issues. And quite frankly, when I'm the only one teaching, I don't have time to pick. It's not my strength to begin with, but it's also I don't have time to pick up those cues and also work with them to do something about it.